No questions, Brian, right?
Man.
Or you got questions in the notes?
Oh, yeah.
That's the way to do it. That's what I always do. If you got good internet connection too, look up a brother called Willis Johnson. I think it's Willis Johnson.
YouTube it?
No, get an article. His name is Willis Johnson. All right. Okay, so what's up here? We're no Friday night, Hebrew class Friday night, right? Also, we need anybody who got questions online. Right, you could please put your questions into the chat, right? And these questions will be based on the Hebrew, all right? So I like to start with the alphabet, but I got something in mind, and I don't want to take too long to get to the topic. We'll probably do the alphabet later, all right? I want to get Habakkuk 2 and 12, right? Of course, yesterday, Satan celebrated Thanksgiving yesterday. Satan, right? Yeah, yesterday was a holiday of Satan. Right? And the Bible has things to say about holidays from Satan. Okay? So we're gonna get on the board in scripture, right? The Thanksgiving scripture, right? What you got there?
Habakkuk 2 and 9.
2 and 12.
2 and 12, slide.
Okay. What does 2 and 9 say? Give me 2 and 12, all right?
All right.
Okay.
This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 12.
Habakkuk.
Excuse me. Habakkuk. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood.
Right. Woe to him. Woe means death or destruction. You know what I mean? And that word woe is hayawa, right? Woe. Right? Waya. Right? That's woe, right? And then we got the word build, right? We went over build a couple times. The word build is based on the word for sun, right? Because of course, one time the Lord flooded the whole earth, right? Left Noah with his 3 sons, right? And those sons can't build cities, right? But cities is the way of mankind, all right? But to build a city, you need sons. So Ham, Shem, and Japheth had to go have sons upon sons upon sons upon sons. And next thing you know, you got New York City. Like 3 men can't build New York City. Ham, with his sons Noah, right? With his sons Ham, Shem, and Japheth, you can't build New York City. You can't build Brooklyn with only 3 children, right? So the word build is based on putting the word son, right? Son for a boy, right? In the servant tense, all right? By now, all right? The water, I appreciate that. I didn't know I needed that. Okay, all right? And then you got the word for town. Town, read the scripture for the top again.
This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood.
Right, so the word for town or city, right? This is town, right? Right? Town is ayar. Okay? And you build it in blood, right? So now it says with blood, right?
Come.
The word for blood is dam. Dam is the word for blood. Okay? Now in the Hebrew it's gonna say ba. That ba means in. Right? I'm trying to get the King James version of the English so I can pair it together. Right? But ba means in. All right, let me get there with you. Habakkuk 2 and 12. This pen is dying out too. Oh, we got more pens here.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I want to maintain the same color for now. Okay. Habakkuk is all the way near the end of the New Testament, right? The Old Testament, I mean. Okay, go to the T. So it said with blood in the English, right? But the Hebrew said in blood. Okay? And then of course it says dam yum, right? Because that dam yum is how we make things, that yum is how we make things plural, right? But in English, you can't say bloods, right? Because that's not how we're thinking of it, right? To get the right sense of how we're thinking of it, it's going to be bloodshed, right? Bloodshed. So, you know, this guy's shedding blood, or it's a bloodbath. Then you're talking about a lot of blood, right? This is not one man's blood, this is many men's blood, right? Right? Most of the builders in the town with blood, okay? Keep going.
And establish a city by iniquity.
Right? And establish, right? So we have wa kawanan, right? Wa, we know that when we begin a word of wa, what does that mean? When you begin a word of wa? When you begin a word of wa, this is the most basic part of Hebrew there is. Wa. Wa. It's in the Shul of David. It's the reason why there's no wa in the Shul of David, because of what it means. Wa is how you say and. Okay, and, right? Kawan means prepare, right? Kawan means to prepare, right? And then they extended it to say kawanan, to say establish. Okay, to say establish. When you put a two letters together at the end, you're doubling down on the meaning. Sometimes you see two nas at the end. Sometimes you see two las at the end. You know what I mean? Sometimes you see two bars at the end, right? Based on what the word is, right? It's just doubling down on the meaning. Okay. Based on what I've seen, based on my research, right? Okay. Mm-hmm. Then you got another word, quaraya. Okay. Quaraya. I'm not sure what this word. I've never come across this word before. We want a concordance. If you can get me the concordance, the book, Protestant, right? When you can, right? We're gonna go into what this word right here means. It says it's a city, right? But we got the word city over here, or the word town over here, right? But that word town is rightfully, this is the right word for city, right? I've not come across this word too often, so I want to go into concordance to see how this word came to be city, all right? Then we got, what's the last part of that verse? Read the verse on top again, Brian, right?
God. Verse 12. Woe to him that buildeth a city.
Right. Woe. Right. Woe to him. So in the Hebrew, it doesn't say to him. It just says woe. Build. City. Okay. Go ahead.
Woe to him that buildeth a city.
I know I said town, but this is the word for city, right? Woe to him that buildeth a city. Go ahead.
With blood.
In blood is what the scripture says, all right? Woe, build city in blood. Right? Also, after this, you're gonna go to Ecclesiasticus 1:1. All right? After we've done this, all right? So keep reading to the verse finishes, Brian.
Establish a city by iniquity.
And they've created the foundation of a city by iniquity, right? The word iniquity is based on the word ion, I believe, right? It says iwal, right? Iwal is the word for, iwal in itself is the word for, one of them is out of the other, right? So it says iwala, right? Iwala will come out of iwal. So let me put iwal here, right? So you have the iniquity of the unjust, right? So a man who serves iniquity is unjust, right? So this word rightfully means unjust, right? Based on having the servant tense. The H at the end means servant. Servant tense. This is the one that serves the word it comes from, right? Servant tense. All right. I know the oppressor will call it the feminine, but this is not talking about nothing feminine. Solomon's name is not feminine, right? But Solomon's name, Shalamah, right? He serves peace. All right. So this is the serving tense. Okay. So Iwala, you serve Iwal. Iwal is the word. Iwal is the word for iniquity. Right? When you serve iniquity, you're unjust. Right. Okay? And then what does Ba mean again? Ba, just like over here. Ba mean the same thing as over here, Brian. What does Ba mean?
Yeah.
Huh?
In.
Right? There we go. He prepares a city in unjust. What does that mean? These are people who serve sin. Right? They serve sin. Their mission in the city is to go against the law of God, and they call it the land of the free, meaning free from rules, free from the laws of God. They build a city in being unjust. New York City is an unjust city. Okay, they'll take your kids from you because you are being unjust in the city, and they're gonna give your kid to some foster homosexual parents. That's what they do in this city. Okay, this is an unjust place. Okay, good. You got the book Pratizah? Where is that? Point it to me. Oh, you got it right there. Okay, good. What?
We have a question. We have a question too, sir.
Okay. Right quick. Strong's Concordance. Strong's Concordance, right? Not concordance. It's concordance, all right? It's just the black in us that would always say concordance, right? Yeah, just that's that good English, concordance. What does that even mean? You know what I mean? Oh, you need to get that scripture too, right? Ecclesiasticus 1:1. Yeah.
The long verse like that?
The long one. Read that long. The long part is what we need. If you can skip down into it, let me show you. We need the part which is Hebrew. Okay. Right there.
For the same thing.
Read it. There we go. Read that part from wherefore right there. Right. Let them know where you at.
It's the book of Ecclesiasticus. Chapter 1, starting at verse 1.
Nice and loud, all right?
In the middle.
Right. Okay.
Wherefore, let me entreat you to read it with favor and attention.
Favor and what?
Attention.
Attention. Okay, go ahead.
And to pardon us.
And to pardon the authors of the Bible. Read.
Wherein we may seem.
Where we may seem.
To come short.
To come short.
Of some words.
So now. The intention of the scripture is to say, woe to him that buildeth the city with blood. But in the Hebrew, we are short of some words. So instead of saying woe to him, it just says woe. To him that buildeth a city with, you don't see with in here. You don't see to him in here, right? But we come short of some words. That's why the translation came in, to get the right intention according to the language that you speak.
Right.
All right? Keep reading.
Which we have labored to interpret.
Which the brothers in the days of King James have labored to interpret, right? The Hebraic culture of speaking, the Israelite culture of speaking, into now your modern day English culture of speaking. So you can get the right intention by the author. Read.
For the same things uttered in Hebrew.
For the same thing uttered in Hebrew. So here's the Hebrew. Hayawa. I wrote this back and forth, right? Hayawa. Bana Aya. Badamyam. Right? Wa Kawanan. Kwaraya. Ba Iwala. Keep reading. The same thing uttered in Hebrew.
And translated into another tongue.
And translated into English. Tongue in the Bible means language, right? Lashawan Qadash. Lashawan is tongue. That means that tongue, that Lashawan means language, right? Translated into another language, which we're trying to translate it into English. Keep reading.
Have not the same force.
It has not the same force, right? Keep reading.
In them.
In them. That's why we translate it to English, right? And we from the English, right? We now are trying to translate it back into Hebrew so we can get the right force of what was written there. Wow. That's why you're gonna have a Sabbath service, and you're gonna learn to interpret words on Friday, and you're gonna take your learning of how to interpret words on to Saturdays, and on the Saturdays they read the 7 verses in the Hebrew, right? It's so you can get the right force of the language, the right intention, because the English might have a little bit of trips along the way, trying to make you understand a culture that you've never lived, right? To take you back to a place that you've never been, to take you back to a time that you didn't exist in. All right, no problem. So here's one word that we're trying to translate, right, and bring to the right force. It says city, but I need the understanding of how they got this word koraya. Okay. So like 1 second, bear with me 1 second, all right?
Go.
Lamanasa ipataza, lamanasa ipataza, qua. There we go. Qua, right? So in the concordance here, right? We got the section which is the Hebrew section. Things in order in English letters. If you ever want to come forward, you can stand right here if you want to. You can feel free to stand up, right? You know, you are Yala's cousin. You know, we trust you. You see what I'm saying? Matthew's cool too, man. Come over here, man, if you want to look, all right? So now in the concordance, right? We got things in order in English over here, right? In the English alphabetical order, right? But in the back of the concordance, everything is in order according to the order of letters in Hebrew, right? So we start with ba, right? Go back. So wait, ha, right? Ka, we're at ka right now, right? Ya, ka, la, ma. There's ma, and then supposed to get na, right? And so now we're in qua. We're looking for qua, ra, ya. So we gotta look by the order of the quas here. So we already, this is quada. So we gotta go to quara. So we gotta go for the second letter down in alphabetical order, right? Down to get quara. Okay. So we got, what's this over here? Quatal. Let me start quara shatha. So it's after ta. We got ya here. We're gonna keep going. We're trying to get the ra. There's na, right? R comes after na, right? Quai, lamanasa I pataza quara. Keep going. Quataza quarash. Lamanasa I pataza quara. So should be coming up here. Here we go. Qurab, right? So we go. It's after Qurab. We need the third letter down in alphabetical order. We got Qurab, abagada ha, wazakataya, right? There we go down here. Quaraya, right? Quaraya, but then we need the one with the ha on the end. There we go, right here. Quaraya, there we go, right? From 7136. So we're going to have to revert back to 7136, right? But this word here is in the sense of flooring, building a city, right? So something about flooring is there.
The foundation.
The foundation. It could be the foundation. It could be floors in a building. Right. So to make sure, I go to 7138. We're in 7151. So 7138 should be around here somewhere. Right here. There we go. And it says qua ra wab, right? And it says from 7126. So we're gonna need to go there in a second, right? But this one says place or near, right? In place, kindred or time, allied, approach, at hand, near of kin, neighbor, right? So this one is saying this might not be right though, all right? But we got to evaluate. It says it's from 7126. 7126 says Quarab, a primitive root to approach, right? So it's saying something about near. I could see more sense with the flooring, but I don't get the word for flooring, all right? I don't really see how this is near, right? So let me write the words on the board. You can have a seat, but floor, right? So the word is said that this word right here descends from, right? We're going to put the theory of Strong's on the board. It says, okay, it says Quaraya. Okay, so they say this one right here means flooring. Flooring. Okay. It says to revert back to 7136. And that says hold on. 7136. Nope. 7136 says Quara. This is it right here. A primitive root to light upon. Okay. So it says Qua Ra. Right. Don't try to take notes, all right?
Right.
And this one says a primitive root to light upon. Impose timbers, appoint, lay beams. All right, lay beams before. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go into our apps to see the occurrence of 7136. In the book here, in this book here, I could do the same thing, right? I think I could. No, I can't. Damn. How would I put the numbers back? 7136. We're gonna put it on our phones. Okay, let's go to our phones. 7136 was the code, right? This right here is 7136. All right? That's our reference point. Okay? So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go into our Strong's Concordance app. We're gonna put in. Right? We got Concordance app on our phone? Good. Let me see your one. Okay, okay. Do you have something you can punch in the concordance code in?
7136.
There we go, right there. That's what you want right there, right? But I wanted the one, the Bible app, because it's going to show you all the scriptures that particular word comes up in. 71336.
So I got that it comes up 27 verses.
That's what I got too. That's what you need right there. 27 verses, and it comes up as what? Okay. Oh, you got it?
Go, before,
Pass.
come, met, meet,
Mm-hmm.
appoint,
Mm-hmm.
light, happen, happened, floor,
Okay.
beams.
But more the King James Version usage. All right. So using this app right here, right?
Using the blue letter.
Using the blue letter. Okay. No problem, right? So when I put it in here, right, it gives me all the scriptures that it comes up in. All right. In Deuteronomy, it comes up as met. Right? It comes up as met. In Genesis, it comes up as Godspeed. I have to go into Hebrew to really get the full intention of what it means by that Godspeed. Right? It comes up in Genesis 27:20 as brought. Now, a city, right? You bring things to a city, right? The other concordance says light upon. We know the word for light is a war, it's not the same, right? But there is light in the city, right? Canaan and told him all things that befell unto him. I'm not sure. Before him. Not sure. I'm not sure how that becomes the word city. Okay. Met. Okay. Hebrews have met with us. Okay. Here's the best thing I can say. All right. Here's the best thing I can say, right? It's saying talking about beams and stuff and where everything meets, right? So the word Korah is met. Right? And I'm saying this because the root of Korah will be Quara'ah. Quara'ah. This is a word heavy for your feast days. Quara'ah means to call. Right? And when you call people together, they meet. So Korah serves Korah. So now this ha right here will be more like a serving tense to this word here. Okay. And then we got Koraya. I don't get it could be past tense. It could be to say met. It could be this word right here. It's probably this word right here. In the past tense. That yah right there is a tense to say past tense. Yah in the middle of a word means past tense. We know that already, right? It's like saying ed. I said you can't put that with met. Met is already in the past tense. So it's trying to put a past tense to this. Okay? But in the King James Version, it's saying met for Quara. Okay? So a city, right? Just like New York City, right? I don't know where your parents from. My parents is Jamaican. My parents is from Jamaica.
From New York.
Your parents are from New York? What about your granddad?
Grandfather on my mother's side is from North Carolina.
He's from North Carolina. What about your pop's side?
I have no idea.
You have no idea. That's an Israelite right there.
Oh, God.
Matthew, what about you?
My grandfather on my mother's side is from Georgia.
They from Georgia. Okay, he's from Georgia. What about your brothers? Where your people's from?
Pops is from Georgia.
From Georgia.
From South Carolina.
We're from South Carolina. No problem. And we all met in New York, right? Georgia, North Carolina, Jamaica. Yetzazar is people from Haiti. You know what I mean? You know, brothers from all over. Isupk is people from Mexico. And we met in the city. Okay? So the root of this word for city is based on the word met. Okay? And the word met, Korah, is from the word Quara, which means call. And of course, we being the sons of all of the families that came from all over the place, right? Or every high holiday, we are called to come to a Passover. Right. No matter where we're from, no matter where our background is from, we're called to go to a Passover. Or we're called to go to the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Or we're called together to go to a Feast of Tabernacles. You see what I'm saying? We have high holidays. That the word Korah always comes up with in the holidays when you're reading Leviticus 23. So it's a key word. You should make sure you put this one here in your notes. This has got to go in your notes. Put this one right here. This one right here. Korah. Put that word on your fridge. That's how important this one right here is. It's the first time I'm coming across this word. I've come across this word probably 2 or 3 times, but we come upon this word every day when you're reading the scriptures, right? This one is written like so. Let me write it in the Hebrew. Okay. And you're gonna read this in the Tanakh. So I'm gonna write it in the Assyrian, right? Oh. So lucky. Okay. Qua, ra, ah. Okay. That's the word you're gonna be looking for in the Tanakh. I'm at the bottom of the board. So lucky. Write it in the ancient right here. I'm writing in the ancient. Qua, ra, ah. Right? Quara. Okay. Also, that leads me back to the 3 ways of pronouncing things in Hebrew. Okay. I'm trying to see if I got room on the board. We have ma. Right? We have ma. We have, right? Ma means of. Right? And then we have ma, which means what? What, right? And then we have ma'a, which means 100. Okay, the 3 pronunciations that you're gonna need: ma, ma'a, ma, Ma'a. Right? This is our language consists of these pronunciations, all right? If we want to take it next level. It's not ma'a. It's ma'a. Just like it's not rightfully la'a. It's rightfully la'a. La, that's like how you say nah.
Right.
Now, hold, wait.
right.
There's no nah in English. Where the hell did nah came from to say no? That's what I want to know. Yeah, nah, man, I ain't with that, man, nah. Where did nah come from? I don't watch no old English movie and then the words talking about Robin Hood and they say nah. So where does nah came from if not the Hebrew language, man? You know what I mean? Because we came here, right, on slave ships, not speaking English. And for sure, based on everything that we know, for sure, we are the people of this kind of literature, man.
That's right.
We're the people of this kind of archaeology. We're the only people on earth that fit this kind of heritage and background and history of the Israelites. Now, the Israelites have a way where they say ma'a and la'a. La'a in particular, la'a. Let me see, let me put it on the board. I got no room on here. All right? La'a. La'a. Right? Spell like this. La'a. Right? La'a. Right? This says la'a. Now, our way of saying no just so happens to sound a little like this. It just happens to be, you know. The white man says, say no, right? The court would say nay, but we, as Negroes, would just end up saying nah. I need some, hey, I don't know if somebody knows something I don't know out there. You know what I mean? This is some nigga shit. I'll be damned if this ain't the nigga language, man. If this ain't the language of niggas, man. I'll be damned, man. You know what I mean? Because nobody can make sense of where nah came from. We say, people in IUIC say don't learn Hebrew, but they gonna say nah when they go home.
Right.
So why do you say nah? Don't people care about the origin of none of this stuff? I mean, don't the Bible say, even IUIC believe in the Bible, right? I think they believe in the Bible, right? The Bible says, seek the old path, right, wherein it is good. Ain't that what Jeremiah said? So I don't know, man. I want to seek the old path. I want to see why we say nah, because we have la. All right, no problem. Brothers, you get a hand up. So someone asking a question.
Yeah, it's like.
One more time.
Okay.
Ma. Ma means what? You forming questions by saying ma. If you say ma, you're not saying what. If you say ma, you're not saying what. Right? If you want to say of, this is of this, he's from here. If you say ma, you're not saying this. You got to say ma. Okay? If you want to say, I got 100 pence, but you say ma. When you want to say ma'a, you say ma, I'm going to interpret what you said as of. Right? If you have 100 pence, but you don't say ma'a, you say ma. To say 100 pence, you say ma, then I'm thinking you're going to say what pence? Based on what you're saying, because I was taught, ma is of. Ma is what? And ma'a is 100. Right? It's different. It's the exact same thing as saying write it in a book. But then I tell another man, don't go left, go right. Or that's incorrect, this is right. So we've learned context in English on when to use the word right according to its right context, right? But in Hebrew, we have ma. 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 And this thing, don't worry about it. Don't think it's too hard or too difficult, right? English is the hardest language in the earth to learn. Some of us in America still can't talk no damn English. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You can do it. You can learn this. It's like this language was made for you, and English was not. I have a hard time not studying in English because the word is the English is just so messed up.
Right.
It's just too much, right? But like Ecclesiasticus says, forgive us if we may seem, compared to your English culture, forgive us if we may seem short of words, because our language is simpler. All right? And mind you, this is the simpler language. You can do it, you can get it. Just give it time. Be patient. Here's the patience of the saints. All right, go ahead, Professor.
So we have a question.
Mm-hmm.
From Takaya Bayanyam is you need want to know Slack. So it's 2 questions.
From the same person?
Kawaka.
Just read anyone you see.
All right, Kawaka. He asked for Slack, sir. Can I get a breakdown on how the New Testament was written? I mean, this is his question. Did Matthew and Yahushua, etc., spoke in Hebrew or in Greek during those days?
Both. Right? In those days, now, in these days, we're in New York, we speak English. But at the same time, in these days, Israelites of our own same race will be in Brazil and speak Portuguese, right? So you want to not make the mistake of Christians and think everybody lived the same life because this is really a Disney fairy tale book, right? You had people living in one place. People in Jerusalem spoke Hebrew. People that were carried to Rome and Corinth and Thessalonica spoke Latin. All right? Corinth and Thessalonica and Galatia and Ephesus. They spoke the language of the land that was there based on who their captors were. And if you're in Jerusalem, you speak Hebrew. Now you're under Roman captivity, you're going to learn to speak a little Latin because you go to Roman schools, and in Roman schools, you're not allowed to learn the language of your own. When the white man in America, right? So-called Thanksgiving was yesterday, right? When he came and created the establishments of schools, he made it illegal for Native Indians to learn the Native Indian language. Right. And the same thing was for the Hawaiians. Hawaiians was not allowed to learn Hawaiian in school. Everything had to be done in English. Everything. You go to the Middle East today. I watched a documentary the other day on a place called Oman, right? In Omani schools, right? Because they're trained to take their education abroad, they teach them the language that they're going to exercise abroad. They don't speak in Omani in schools in Oman. Oman is the Middle East, right? It's right outside of what do you call that place, man? It's the Garden of Eden. There's heathens in our land, man. Our home. There's
Jordan, Lebanon.
You got Jordan, you got Lebanon, you got Saudi Arabia, then you got Yemen and Oman. Mm-hmm. And then you got the sea. You got the big ass river right here, you got the sea to Africa right here, and then you got going more that way, you're gonna have India. Right? So it will be, as a matter of fact, we got the map on the table right here. Select it, brothers. Select it, right? Right here. This is a table that big up on Shagapar, right? Me and Shagapar. Right, Lord, I just made this table right here, right? This table right here, epoxy table, right? It's based on the Middle East, right? If the brothers want to stand and if you want to look, you can look, right? So this table is based on a map, right, of the homeland, right? According to the Josephus, right, and everything, right? According to the Bible, the land of Israel is from the Nile River, right, which comprises all of Ethiopia. It's all of the Middle East, right, the so-called Middle East, and borders a river, right, halfway in Pakistan. So Afghanistan, Iran, Iraq, modern day Iraq is all our land. Arabia is all our land. All right. And this will be we went over this 2 weeks ago, right? Was it a week or 2 weeks ago? This will be the Nile River. The Nile River was Gihon, right? This is the Pison, right? And then the Tigris and Euphrates will go this way, and the Tigris will go this way, right? To say this was the land of the Garden of Eden. That those 4 rivers are in there to say that is where the Garden of Eden was, right? And our land goes all the way to half of Pakistan, right? Oman will be right here, right? In the southern middle part of our land. That would be Oman. That's the place I'm talking about, right? Just so everyone understands what I'm talking about, right? Okay. Okay. And in that place over there, they say you cannot speak Arabic in their school. You gotta, because they're not going to Arabic places, right? To exercise whatever they learn in their education. They speak in English. All right. So now, when you read in the book of Matthew, where in Matthew did she say Prentice up?
It's not, sorry, I think it's just in the book of Matthew.
Mm-hmm.
Is it cool if I put my phone to it?
Please do
All right, it just said in the book of Matthew. Also, you had a follow-up question.
it. Okay, hold on. If you can give me Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John are 4 witnesses, all right?
Okay.
If someone can get me Brian, if you can get me John 5 and 2. John 5 and 2. And then Prentice, you can get me Mark 16 and 17.
Okay.
Right? And of course, after these 4 witnesses, you got the book of Acts. Acts is a time after Mark, Luke, John, and Matthew, right? It's the time afterwards where everyone is more deeper down into Roman captivity, more beaten up in the years. Then that's when the brothers in Acts have to come speaking all kind of Arabic and Indian languages. Right. As they said, and you read it in Acts chapter 1 or chapter 2, where he spoke in many tongues, right. Because Israel started to speak many tongues because we lost our kingdom. Kingdom is not a magical place. Kingdom is a place where we rule on the earth. All right? You got John 5 and 2? Go ahead.
It's the book of John, chapter 5 and verse 2.
Uh-huh.
Now there is at Jerusalem.
There is now where?
At Jerusalem.
No, we're talking about Jerusalem. Place and time, all right? Go ahead. Jerusalem, in the time of the book of Matthew, right? Go ahead.
By the sheep market, a pool, which is called in the Hebrew tongue.
Why does it say in the Hebrew tongue? Number 1, these records are written in Latin because the majority of the nation, right, became under a people. They became to be ruled over by a people who spoke Latin. So if you were smart and you want your children and your children's children to read the things that you want that you're going through today, you be smart to put it in a language that you know they're going to speak. Right. You see what I'm saying? Okay, go ahead. In the Hebrew tongue,
Bathsheba.
No. Huh?
Yes.
Bathsheba, right? Daughter of the 7. I don't know what that means, right? Or it could be daughter of Resh, Bathsheba, right?
It ends with a D-A.
It ends with a D-A. D-A.
Yeah, D-A.
Bathsheba.
Bathsheba.
I'm not Shaddai. Shaddai means Almighty. So daughter of the Almighty, right?
Oh, nice.
Okay. Go ahead, Prentice. What you got there?
The book of Mark, chapter 16, verse 17.
Oh, by the way, with the Iwala, right? Iniquity, right? Right? Iwal coming from Io, right? You do iniquity until you die, all right? Al means until. Okay? Because we got Iwala, we got the 10th, take off the 10th Iwala, you're left with Iwal. The wa here is like ing, like a doing word, because iniquity is something you do, right? Iwal is iniquity, and Iwal come from il, Because you can only do iniquity until you die. Because you live a shorter death. So you're just waiting to die. You'll live fast, die young, all that silly stuff, based on the time you get to live, you get to die young, You use the scriptures and wisdom of Solomon for that, right? Okay. Go ahead, Protestant, my bad.
Come. The book of Mark, chapter 16, verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
And these signs shall follow them.
Where are we reading again?
The book of Mark.
We're in the book of Mark. So Mark and John, right, happened at the same time as the book of Matthew, as they are called these four witnesses. Why? Because four witnesses experience the same thing, but in their own view. All right, you go to a court. You got witnesses on the stand. Why? Because they were there at the same time of the happenings. That's what he's called the four witnesses. Four witnesses. Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. Right? Go ahead.
Come.
So why am I saying that? Because she's talking about the book of Matthew. So I pulled other witnesses from the same time that Matthew was experiencing what he saw. All right, go ahead.
The book of Mark, chapter 16, verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
And these signs shall follow them that believe. In my name shall be cast out devils. They shall speak with new tongues.
They shall speak with what?
New tongues.
Read from the top again.
Come. The book of Mark, chapter 16, verse 17.
Remember, we talked about tongues a while ago. What is tongue when you read in the Bible? Tongues.
Language.
Say it again.
Language.
Give me my hands. Right? Tongue in the Bible is languages. Keep reading from the top again, Protestant.
And these signs shall follow them that believe.
And these signs shall follow them in the truth that believe in Yahweh. Right? Read.
In my name shall they cast out devils.
And in my name, Yahweh, right? Shall the brothers cast out demons. Right? Keep going.
They shall speak with new tongues.
They shall speak with new languages. Why? Because they're not going to speak Hebrew anymore. They're not going to speak Hebrew anymore. What are they going to do? They're going to speak in the language to talk to the people that need to be saved from being under another race of people. They're going to speak in new languages. Right? So in this time, they spoke Hebrew and they're going to speak a new language, if that answers the sister's question. All right? What's the... Go ahead.
And also one more question that they put down.
And it also means you would hope to go back to speaking your own language. Someone give me what scripture is that again? Was it Zechariah 14? See, Steve is a Zechariah 14. Zechariah and Zephaniah is always close to each other, man. They trip me up, man. Zechariah 4, that video is 14 and 9, all right? Okay. When you're ready, practice out with the new question, all right?
I have an answer.
Okay.
He's talking about same person. We got the name of the person on Facebook is Bakaya Bun Yum Yan.
Okay, no problem.
Also in Matthew chapter 27 verse 46, what language was Yahushua speaking?
Say it again. Matthew 24.
27.
Matthew 27
and 46.
Mm-hmm.
Saying what language was Yahushua speaking? And I got it right here.
Okay, go ahead.
Matthew chapter 27 verse 46.
Uh-huh.
And about the 9th hour, Yahushua cried with a loud voice, saying, Eli, Eli.
Hold on. Eli, right?
Come.
So now we need the other book. Where's the other book? I don't see it, right? So okay. The biblical Hebrew textbook from Yale University. If you don't see it, you can stay here because I know you reading the scripture unless you want to get it. 27:46. Okay, no sweat, right?
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 27 and verse 46.
Uh-huh.
And about the 9th hour, Yahushua cried with a loud voice,
Mhm.
saying, Eli, Eli,
Mhm.
lama sabachthani.
Mhm.
That is to say, my God, why hast thou forsaken me?
Okay. So they gave the translation too, right? To help us. Okay. Okay. Give me 1 second, right? I'm reading this book right here, right? This book is from Yale. It's from Yale language series, right? From Yale University, right? The college that we can't afford to go to, right? Right. If you made a lot of money, right, you still can't afford to go there. that's where this book is from. All right. That's
Psalms 22 and 1.
okay. So that's from Psalm 22 and 1. Oh, that's the water. How you find that?
It's good.
You good? Oh, Most High in Christ. That was on point. All right. So just hold that for me, all right? But I want brothers online to kind of understand when they see that writing form and that kind of Yiddish kind of thing there, how to really estimate what's being said. So I need this book right here, right? You know what, Matthew? Come over here and read this for me, right? Okay. You're gonna read it from the top. These two paragraphs right here, right?
The Hebrew alphabet is the oldest in the world still in use today.
So Yale University says the Hebrew alphabet is the oldest language in the world, still in use today by people who have distorted the language. As Yale is going to say how and why. Keep reading.
Our own alphabet is a descendant of it by a circuitous route.
Right. So even the English today, English, A is born from A, right? B, right? B is birthed from Ba, right? Right? C is not there, right? But you do got D, right? D is from D, right? And on and on and on, right? Keep going. Beside the L. L is L, Z is Z, right? We got these letters, why? Because of Hebrew, right? Go ahead.
The text of the Hebrew Bible we use today reflects several periods of development.
Right, so it's talking about the Bible we use today, right? Keep reading.
Originally,
meaning in the beginning. First, origin. Originally is rooted in origin. Keep reading.
only the consonants were used.
Only the consonants were used. Only the consonants, right, were used. Key thing. There was no vowels in Hebrew. There was no vowels in Hebrew. We didn't make that up. That's what people out there saying, oh, the Lashawan Qadash in the Isupk is a fake language, they made it up. Well, we ain't tell Yale to do that, to say that. Who told Yale to say that then? Right. Is it really a fake language? Okay, you don't believe us. Do you believe Yale? That's what I want to know, right? You're gonna know who's a coon and who's not a coon. You see what I'm saying? They don't respect when a brother says it, but they're gonna respect when a white man says it. Right. You see what I'm saying? Read.
By the time of the Israelite kingdoms,
and they're gonna refer to Jewish people as Israelites, right? So that excuse Yale for their inaccuracy of information, right? Keep going.
Some consonants, ya, wa, ha, were used to indicate certain vowels.
Wa, ha, and ya were used to indicate vowels, right? They're talking about the Yiddish, right? For some parts. Keep reading.
Ha for A, ya for I or E, wa for O or U. These letters continue to be used as consonants as well. Much later in the Middle Ages, a system of dots and dashes was devised to indicate every vowel.
Right, that's for the Yiddish. That's for Yiddish, right? You have a system of dots and dashes, right? So they have a word here and they have a dot here and a dash here, and to indicate vowels. Keep reading. Call it the gesh. They call those systeme the gesh. Just in case anybody wondering, right? Bunch of nonsense, but that's not our focus. But keep going.
This was done by scholars we call Masoretes.
Mm-hmm.
By that time,
So the Masoretes introduced dots and dashes. They didn't say, we're going to put the Lord's name in there, or we're going to change the Lord's name, right? That's done in English to change the Lord's name, right? Keep reading.
by that time, the text was so sacred
But because the text was so sacred, keep reading.
that the vowel letters Ya, Wa, Ha
Mm-hmm.
could not be removed.
They could not change the sacred text because they looked at it like, yo, that's our holy Israelite records because they think they're Israelites. So they wouldn't change the text, but they do it in their everyday life. Keep reading.
So the dot dash system
Uh-huh.
was used in addition to the vowel
So
letters.
they put dots and dashes, so they don't put any additional ha's in there. Ha's and ah's. Ha's and ah's and yah's in there. So they put dots and dashes in the Torah, in the Tanakh. But when you read Yahweh today, when you read Yahweh in the Tanakh, that was Yahweh in the 15,000 BC. Right? It was the same thing because they didn't want to change the letters in there. So they added dots and dashes in there instead. Addition. They said, what? Read the part again?
This was done by scholars we call Masoretes.
Uh-huh.
By that time,
Uh-huh.
the text was so sacred
Uh-huh.
that the vowel letters Ya, Wa, Ha could
Uh-huh.
not be removed.
Uh-huh.
So the dot dash system was used in addition.
In addition. So they added dots, they added dots in there. Like this. They look like chicken pox around there, right? All right, keep going.
For example, long E, like in pray,
Mm-hmm.
can be represented by either Ya with two dots or just the two dots.
You know what we're missing? We're missing there was something we brought up last time with this that talked about the same similar thing, but they tried to say how it was a predictable swapping out of letters. Right? So they explained without saying it of the predictable swapping out of letters. So they said Eli. Right? You can close that. Tuada, right? Eli. Right? And what did it say in the line afterwards in the Hebrew? Who got the 47, the 46?
That was Matthew, right?
Matthew 27:46.
It's
Oh, you got it? Go ahead.
It said Eli.
Eli to say al ya, right? Al ya. So it's la ya, right? La ya, because they said it twice, right? Eli, go ahead.
Lama.
Right, and then they got lama. Right, and that lama, that lama is to give you a sign of how the language is spoken too, right? I don't think they say lama in Yiddish. I think they say lem or something like that, leme, right? Lem something, right? Right. But that la should be what does it say in English there?
The English
My God.
My God. Why have thou forsaken me?
Right. So to say why was la ma. Right? Why? Right? Why? Why have you forsaken me? Right? Then you gotta look for the word forsaken. And Matthew did a thing just now, right? I really say it was on point. He found the scripture in Psalms. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get the scripture in Psalms to recourse the same thing back. All right. What scripture in Psalms was it again, Matthew?
Psalms 22 and verse 1.
Okay, Psalms. Oh, let me get there with you. If you could, Matthew, show your screen to the camera right here, right?
The interlinear?
Yeah, the interlinear. Psalm, say again, 20 what?
22 and verse 1.
22 and 1, right?
Bring
Okay.
it close. Lift it up. Okay, bring it a little bit close. Now back up a little bit. There you go. No, stay right there. Right there.
Okay. Isupk Isupk Sanya. Okay. 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 Two Matthew, right? Okay. Uh-huh. I want to get some verbs on board after too. Okay, getting back to the scripture again, Protestant.
Come on. The book of Matthew, chapter 27, verse 46.
Uh-huh.
It say, okay, I'm gonna go to the, what's that? It said, Eli, Eli, lama, sabach, danai, sabachthani.
Right, sabachthani. Right. Sabachthani. Okay, let me see here. Isupk. Okay. So they did a little funny thing with the translation there with the letters, right? But in the Psalms, right, the word Isupk is the root word to say leave or more forsake, right? Forsake, not a common English word. Forsake definition. So forsake is to say abandon. Right? We know what abandon is, right? Forsake could kind of slip your intention of the meaning a little bit, right? So Isupk means abandon. Okay? Now, we got the thing going on here, right? It's going to be spelled like this, Zab, right? And we got the ta there, Isupk Thanya, right? We have a thing in our language where we blend words. So here's Isupk, right? Isupk is based off of Zab is based of two words, right? Isupk, right? We know that the ta right here is like putting things in a category sense. Category sense, meaning it's not something, meaning it's a way of saying plural, but without saying, it's not like how we say put an S on the end to make things plural, but it's thinking of things like in a general sense. So you could have a camera here, right? And you have cameras, 1, 2, 3 cameras, right? But then you have a camera store, right? You know there's cameras in the store, but it's a number of cameras in there that you can't necessarily count. In that sense, you put ta to say something that you can't necessarily count. Okay? Isupk, right? And that naya right here is to say anya. Anya. Right? Anya is formally how we say I am. Right? Anya. Anya right here is to say I am. Okay? So what you always see in Hebrew culture, right? They'll chop off the R sound. Because when you're speaking it, you're throwing it all together just like how we say, do you know what I mean? And then we'll say, you know what I mean? And next thing you know, it's not me. Right? That's our culture. But there's not too many of that, so don't get worried. Right? Sorry, you came to headquarters. This is the intermediate class. You just have to, fall into the, upper class of Hebrew, Salakia. So try to keep up, right? But just note that you learned this today, right? You don't really gotta try to force yourself to remember, but you'll remember it the next time you see it. There's another time you're gonna see it. When you want to say here I am, right? People say they want to learn things that they can actually say now, speak now, right? You're gonna want to say here I am. What does here I am mean? when would your child say, "Here I am"?
When you call
When you call them, here I am, I'm here. And then you go to school and they say, Jermaine, here I am. Kevin, here I am. Chris, here I am. Right? This word is, when you see this in the Bible, right? Because the Bible is our reference, right? It's going to say, Ha, Nan, Ya. Hanania. So of course now we've left our prison country called America, right? And we become free men by leaving our prison country. So we don't speak our prison language anymore. So now Jermaine, Kevin, and Chris is now named Shamaiwan. Yeah, right, Shamaiwan. Give us some more common Hebrew names. Shamaiwan, Mathathiawa. That's Matthew, right? Mathathiawa. We got Shamaiwan, Mathathiawa, and Yahawada. And you say, okay, here's the attendance. And you say Shamaiwan, and you say Hanania. And then you got Mathathiawa, Hanania. And then who else we got? We got Yahawada, Hanania. Right? And this is to say Hana. Hana, which is how we say, rightfully in the Bible it's going to say behold, but in our sense it's look. Right? Hana is look. Right? And then it's paired together with Anya. Right? Anya. To say I am. Or rightfully just me. Look, me, right? This is I am, right? I know you're looking at it. I am, right? It's like the dependent is writing a little dead, right? So look, your child is saying this, right? Your child is saying, look, me. Okay? Anya is just a formal way to say me. It's properly I am. It's how in the Bible it's going to come up as I am. Right? Look me. That's what Hananya means. Look me. Right? Here I am is just look me. Okay? Same thing you go into the book of what book is that about the chariots? When they say, behold, I see a flying roll. It's just Hana. Hana means to look. A flying roll. Hana is look. All right? Hana. All right? Okay. So that's the idea of the blending of words in this fashion here, just like the Isabathanya. Isabathanya is more pronunciation. So I could say Hana and I could say Anya. But when you speak together, Hana, Anya just becomes Hananya. Right? That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
It's something
just how we speak now.
Just how we speak now.
It's
Just
the same
flowing
way.
on the tongue.
Right.
Flowing on the tongue. What's that thing the brother always say nowadays? There's a thing that we always say nowadays. And we throw it together too. Damn, I've been out of the loop for a minute, man. I told the brothers in school, man.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I mean,
Yeah,
I think we used that already.
We used that one already. There's another one they say, like something to hold you. I'm not gonna hold you. Yeah. Or they would say, not gonna hold you. You know what I mean? It somehow hold you became one word, hold you. Over time. Yeah, brothers in New York say just hold you. Not gonna hold you. And then you got, one time there was a brother a couple years ago, they wouldn't say you are ready, they would say you're ready. You know what I mean? So it became you are ready. I'm not gonna write that, but that's what the time, right? But Jew, ready. Right? Or you ready. It would never say already. You ready, right? You ready now. All right? No problem. It's the same thing, all right? Go ahead, Brother
Well,
Zach.
I was about to say that because, Priest and Captain Akato say, go ahead.
Yeah, there you go. It's not go ahead anymore. It's just go ahead. Go ahead. There's not even a D on the end of it. It's go ahead.
That's it.
You see what I'm saying? It's the same. It's just something that we do. All right. It's not Chinese. You gotta say every damn ching chong song in there, right? To know what they're saying. We have our way of speaking Hebrew. You find that exact same thing because we those people, right? Any more questions?
So, if I may, so the language that Howard was speaking in Matthew chapter 27, verse 46, was that Hebrew?
It was Hebrew. It was absolutely Hebrew. And that goes, what book is that again? Matthew, right? So that answers the other sister's question. In Matthew, they spoke Hebrew. As to why she had to say, Eli, lama sabachthani, which is just Hebrew to say, that's not how they spoke, but whoever is translating it, right, from the Greek to English, they translate in what you see right there is someone at the time in the world where everybody's speaking Hebrew, and someone taking a note of things going on, you call them a scribe, and they write it down in Greek or Latin, and then someone in 1600s looking at the Greek letter that's not in Hebrew, reading the Greek and translating the Greek to English. And that's why the other thing in Ecclesiasticus said, when you change the language, it loses its force because you're translating from another translation. So that's why even there's a CH in there. There's no CH in Isupk Lashawan. All right, this word right here, right? Isupk, which means abandon. All right, I'm gonna put that together, right? Isupk means abandon. Abandon. You left it. Isupk. Remember that forever. All right. And anywhere always try to put the if you have a book, if you're writing in a textbook or something, always put the root words, right, on its own page and write them down with a definition, right? Root words, right, are always two or three letters, right? And from those 2 or 3 letters, you add a tense. You put a Y in the middle, right? So you got shalom, root word, 3 letters, shalama, and you put a tense in there, wa, shalawam, to say my peace offering, right? I'm giving you this peace offering here to say that we no longer have beef. My peace offering is my shalawam, okay? Or you have Isupk, right? Abandoned. And you say Isawab, abandoning, right? Or you put another tense. What was the word earlier with the ya in there? We had a word on the board earlier with a ya in there, right? To say past tense. You add a tense on there. You put it in the servant tense. You got a man who was a traitor. This man just abandons everybody. This is his thing. He serves being a traitor, right? Isabah. Okay, so he serves this task of being abandoning people, right? All right, and then from there, you got all these additional letters on there, but every root word is 2 or 3 letters. Every single root word. Sham is a root word. Sham to say name, 2 letters. You know what I mean? What else? Yum. Yum is a root word. Yum is to say sea. The sea meaning the ocean. Yum. It's a root word. All right. Rataza. Rataza. Right? A root word. 2 letters to say run. All right. No problem. Right. Good. Any more questions, or we can go on to something else? Okay. Good. Alphabet sheet. Who got the alphabet sheet in here?
You got a picture, not a sheet.
You got a picture? You got a sheet, right?
Come.
Okay. Get the sheets out. Okay. Hope I made my hope the Lord answered everybody. All right. Any questions that was online? They had some questions, of course, in here. I'm saying that because we serve the Most High here. We don't serve ourselves. Of course, I did not teach myself. You know what I mean? And I teach myself this thing. I was taught this just like any other brother. All right. And based on the teachings and the culture that the Lord has given us back. Who are my scripture, man? Zechariah 14:9. Right. So Matthew, you getting that? Stay focused, right? Right. You got a task. Just roll with that task until kingdom come. Right. Right. Brian can get that scripture, right? Zechariah 14:9. Another brother, give me that scripture in Moses. When Moses said he created brothers in ranks to separate and divide the burdens amongst many brothers. Because that's how we get things done. That's how we build a city. We can't all build a city if every man just does pipes. You can't build another pipe. One man got to be the pipe man. One man got to be the electrical man. One man got to be the plumbing man. One man got to build walls. Another man got to build windows. Another man got to be a specialist in doors. Another man got to be specialist in walls and specialist in floors and specialist in roofs and ceilings. Every man can't do the same thing, right? And that is why the UPK is so fundamental in being the government for black people. Because we put brothers into different towns with different departments to cover all these various burdens to rebuild our people back. You're having one group is this HOD, and one group is HOI, and one group is IUIC, and one group is LOZ, and one group is the green ones, and one is the blue ones, and one is the red ones. When they don't specialize in those things to come together as a body, like body parts, to help the body get moving. You see what I'm saying? One part of the flesh got to be the hand, man. One part got to be the arm. One part got to be the knee, and one part got to be the leg, and one part got to be the toes. One part got to be the head. One part got to be the chest. One part got to be the heart. One part got to be the lungs. One part got to be the stomach. Right? So we all put together based on the counsel in the brain to get the body moving. You just not all the same red hand, blue hand, green hand. Don't get nobody walking. He's a red leg, blue leg, green leg, purple leg. You don't get nobody working with no red leg. You need a head, man. You need a heart. You need shoulders and arms and joints. Right? And that's what we got in UPK, right? We're a body in here. You know what I mean? Fake Israelites don't know what a body is, all right? All right, no sweat. Right? But you got a scripture for me, all right? Right.
It's the book of Zechariah, chapter 14 and verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
And the Most High shall be king over all the earth.
Mm-hmm.
In that day,
right? The Most High shall be king over all the earth. That's the Most High Yahweh, right? Go ahead.
In that day.
In that day. There's a particular day they talking about. Keep reading.
Shall there be one Most High?
There'll be one God. That's the Most High Yahweh. Keep reading.
And his name one.
And God only got one name. His name is not Yah. His name is not Ahaya, Ashar, Ahaya. His name is not Jah. His name is not God. And his name is not Allah. There's only one name for the Most High. And in that day, when the Israelites rule again, and the Israelites are on earth right now, and they're coming unto Christ right now, and these brothers coming unto Christ are going to rule, as this prophecy said. And they're going to push that one name of old into the earth to make everybody say that is the only name of God. What does that mean? That wipes out Israelite camps that say they don't know God's name, or Ahaya, Ashar. If you say Ahaya, Ashar, Ahaya, that's not God's name. Then this scripture is not talking about you making the Israelites rule the world. So the Bible always has a way to tell you where is the truth, to put you on that one path. Because wide is the path to destruction, because there's many paths, right? I want to give me what book is that again?
Zechariah 14 and 9.
Give me Zephaniah. Let me see 3 and 9 right quick.
Zechariah or Zephaniah?
Let me try Zephaniah 3 and 9.
It's the book of Zephaniah, chapter 3 and verse 9.
God.
For then will I turn to the people.
Hold on. Give me one verse up.
Verse 8.
Uh-huh.
Therefore, wait ye upon me.
Wait ye upon me. And that's what we're doing right now in the ISUP. And I'm dying, Slovakia. I'm dying for this place to really go down. And of course, we need to get for brothers who come in here. You're gonna learn your mission and objective is to learn to fight the spirits that have always been on you from 11, 12, 7. You see what I'm saying? To try to get that old habit off of you, which is all about missions, because that is the mission to get us to the kingdom, right? The obedience in your mind that serves some item or something or some broad, right? And your mind is turned away from the Most High because you're following some broad or something, right? Okay, keep reading.
Saith the Most High.
The Most High said these things, right? Keep reading.
Until the day that I rise up to the prey.
And who is the prey? The oppressor is the prey. The
Right.
Chinese is the prey. The Arabs is the prey. The Africans are the prey. You see what I'm saying? The Arabs with the Allah and the Christianity,
Right.
which is just the oppressor, right? They are the prey. But the Most High is rising up to him now. You see what I'm saying? Well, one time we just got our back whipped. You see what I'm saying? We just got the skin, flesh, flying off of our back from slave masters' whips. Because at that time, the Lord wasn't rising up to the prey. You see what I'm saying? The Lord turned his head away for our sins. But at the time when the Lord is risen up to the prey.
Right.
Keep reading.
For my determination.
For my determination, meaning his intention is his mind's will, right? Keep reading.
Is to gather the nation.
His mind intention is to gather all of the heathen together in the valley of Jehoshaphat. Read.
That I may assemble the kingdom.
That he may assemble the kingdom. How do you do that? Get all the soldiers marching. And they're doing the American march, and they're lining up all the planes on the runways, and they're lining all the ships, and the soldiers are all going to march, and the Taiwanese and China and the Russia and the Ukraine and the come on,
right?
The assembling nations. America is going all over the place trying to defend everybody because the Lord is trying to assemble the nations. Keep reading. Now, wait. Is this not talking about a time, right? Is this not talking about World War III? I think it is talking about World War III. Right. Keep going.
To pour upon them.
To pour upon them, these same nations. Meaning they're going to war. Keep reading.
Mine indignation.
The Lord is angry with them. So they're going to war to fulfill their punishment from the Lord. Keep reading.
Even all my fierce anger.
Even all the Lord's anger. The Lord is angry with this earth, man. Keep reading.
For all the earth shall be devoured.
All the earth. All the nations in the earth. Wait. Did you say world?
Earth.
All the what?
Earth.
All. Say all.
All the earth.
All the world.
All the earth.
God so loved the world.
All the earth.
God so loved the world don't mean love everybody on the earth. You got world and you got earth. For all the earth, read.
Shall be devoured.
Shall be devoured. Keep reading.
With the fire of my jealousy.
And that's the World War III nuclear fire bombs. Boom, boom, boom. Keep reading.
Verse 9.
That's the day that's coming. World War III is coming. Nuclear war is coming. Keep reading.
For then.
For what?
For then.
Now then, at this time, read.
Will I turn to the people.
At this time, in World War III, will I turn to the people.
A pure language.
A pure gun.
A pure language.
Strong hands.
A pure language.
At this time, in World War III, the Lord is going to turn to us a pure
language.
Unpolluted.
Language.
Untouched.
Language.
Without vowels.
Language.
Only consonants.
Language.
Give Brian a hand. Give the Lord a hand. Give the Lord a hand. And what other Hebrew is there? New language. Other than the one we're learning in the Isupk.
That's right.
Under commanding General Yohanan. Now, you can call me crazy. But you should call, what is it, Zephaniah? Call Zephaniah crazy, man. You want talking about, the Israelites made that up and there's no such thing. And what is Zephaniah talking about?
Right.
My God, I'll be damned if the UPK is not the place where the Lord is working at.
That's
right. Come on, I can't be the only person that sees this here. You see what I'm saying? Like, I joined the school a couple years back. And this thing was going on, and I'm reading this in the Bible. You ain't gonna tell me the ISUPK is not a holy place. The ISUPK is a holy place unto the Lord.
Right.
I'll be damned if this ain't the place. I mean, it says wide is the path of destruction, right? Go into the straight path, and there are few that enter therein. I mean, the class, and there's few brothers right here right now. And Yahushua said that there were few brothers that enter therein. And I'll be damned if this ain't the place. You know what I mean? And the rent here is high as hell. The rent in New York is high as hell. And the brothers are dividing it up, doing the best they can. You know what I mean? And it's not in vain based on the clues that the Most High has given us. This is the place. This is the place to get the rent, to have the place where brothers can even come. You see what I'm saying? I'm being here. You see what I'm saying? No, it's not in vain. It's not in vain. All this teaching on the street and all that, it's not in vain. You know, I know a lot of brothers gave up in the past, but you know what I mean? Forward ahead is what General said. All right? Any more there? Keep reading.
That they make all call.
Oh, this is the place, mind you. This is the place that every Christian unknowingly wishes he could be. I hear Christians singing that song. They say something about the march saints, the saints marching in. You ever heard that song before? The saints marching in, and they want to be in that number. Well, the number is being counted here, man. But they not here. You know what I mean? The Lord didn't give it to them to understand that this is the place where the saints are marching from. Yo, the scripture is deep, man. The scripture is deep. All right? Go ahead.
That they may all call upon the name of the Most High to serve Him.
To what?
To serve Him.
We serve the Most High in here. You see what I'm saying? You know, to get the language. By the way, our language was gone. There was not a Negro in America that knew about no Lashawan Qadash until the Lord started pointing to brothers to different books and information, and start saying, "Damn, it's just the Hebrew without vowels." You see what I'm saying? And to understand prepositions and possessives. The Lord gave to brothers. Brothers ain't make that up, man. You see what I'm saying? The records is already there. And not a soul in the United States could speak no ancient Hebrew. So it's a damn miracle that you got. You're not supposed to know you're an Israelite. You're supposed to think that you're an Igbo tribe. That's what you're supposed to think. You're supposed to think you're an African. You're Kemet. That's what they gave you. That's what they wanted you to be. And we've been wearing dashikis since the 60s, man.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? So how the hell do we get the culture back? Garments with fringes and borders of blue and studs, man.
Right.
How do we? You ain't gonna tell me that is not from the Lord, man. That's a miracle. Even fake Israelites still can't get it today. Fake Israelites can still get a dashiki with fringes on the bottom of a dashiki, calling that Israelite culture. You ain't gonna tell me that it's in the place where the Lord is working there, man. Some of them go get Middle Eastern clothing because Israel is in the Middle East. They go get like Arabic. You know what I'm talking about with the weird gay sleeves. You see what I'm saying? Come on, man. You gonna tell me that this ain't the place, man? Come on, man. Any more in there, Brian?
To serve Him with one consent.
With many Israelite groups.
One consent.
We're all different Israelite groups. We disagree here and there.
One consent.
Nobody had the 100% truth.
One consent.
The Bible said one consent under one command in general. You see what I'm saying? To lead us unto the King in that mini gate, in that straight gate. All right. Any more there? That's it. All right, no problem. The brothers with the alphabet sheet, Matthew, right? You got one, Brian?
Yeah.
Let me see where you got there. All right, no problem. You come to the board. You 12, Matthew, right? Right. What you're gonna do is you're gonna put the I want you to write these, right? I want you to write them down like this. All right. Be wary now. Right? There's 22 letters altogether. Half of 22 is 11. Right? So somewhere you gotta put the 6th letter right here in the middle.
All right.
Right? So try to measure it out. 11 here, 11 here. All right? Ka. La ma na sa I pateza kwarasha ta. All right?
Come.
Take your time, right? You're just gonna write mine. You're gonna put in the Hebrew, only the ancient right now. Right? put ancient and then put the Assyrian. Ancient and then Assyrian, right? Go
Ancient
ahead.
right here, the Syrians right under it.
There we go. But you're gonna do it like this: ancient here, Assyrian here,
All right.
and you're gonna put the second one underneath them, right? Go ahead.
All right. Follow the handwriting.
No sweat. No, do your best. We can take any other questions online.
You got a different market? This one's kind of light.
Let me see that. I
Yeah,
know
it's
the
really
market is messing up.
Yeah.
Let me try this blue one right here.
Very neat.
I know who's using the wine. See about this blue one right here. Come. There we go.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Might be a little too big, right? Remember,
11 over
gotta
here.
get 11 on there. Right, so
And we cut that
look, the
out.
side is good. Just make them
This
a
is
tiny little bit
smaller.
smaller. Yeah.
Slide this up. I'm gonna do it real quick. Do it again. Make sure I get them all in there.
That's fine. That's fine. Strive for mastery, like I said. President,
Yes, sir.
what's this in here?
Oh, that's something I made earlier. You can have some, sir.
Word? Got some?
Come.
Should I put this in?
Huh?
Should I put this back?
Yeah, put it up on the podium right there, bro, sir. Your president, are you here all day?
Come.
Oh, come. Oh, that's why. So this is breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Not that far back, sir.
Oh, come.
At the dinner, sir.
Got it. A little less than half, all right?
Come. So like that one,
Yeah.
a question that just came up.
Okay.
Unless you want me to post it, she just want to have a question by, let me see, Olivia. Arnold. She
Put
wanted to-
law up here. Cause then you're gonna, that's 12. We want 11.
She want to know, how do you say brother and sister in Hebrew?
Okay. How you say your brother? Remind me in a second, all right?
Come.
Okay.
Straight. Slakia, sir, these Assyrian letters are not agreeing with me right now.
It's fine. You're this, right? Oh, you messed up on the Zah. The Zah, you messed up on the
Zion,
Y,
this
the
one
Y
here?
first.
The Y?
Yeah. The Y and the Zah look a little similar in the Syrian.
These two here?
Yeah, so the Zah is not really like that. What you wrote right there for the Zah is really the Ka.
This one up here.
No, the Zah. That right there. Touch it.
This one here.
That should go down one.
Down here?
Yeah.
Is it okay, sir?
Pretty good. The baby corn, I ain't tasted baby corn in a long time.
Say again, sir?
Baby corn.
Oh.
Yeah, that shit was good.
Okay. Lashawan Qadash. So like, I wonder if I may,
Yeah.
I listened to the Clubhouse, and they was talking to black rabbi.
Very, very good, Brian, all right? Very good. Matthew, right? Do you have what each of those things mean in your notes?
I don't feel I have them in my notes.
Okay, like eyes, Allah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Okay. You don't got those, Brian, right? But eyes, Allah.
Let me double check.
Allah, Bayat, Jamal.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. Okay, so you see, as Brian did, we got the Hebrew, the ancient over here, right? Uses on your opposite sheet, on your alphabet sheet, right? And then you got the Assyrian letters over here. The Syrian letters was made by the Israelites when they wanted to be coons to the Assyrians. Right? Of course, the Assyrians, they also built a city by blood. You know what I mean? And they become very, very wealthy, like how their person is wealthy. Do you have the book of Josephus in here?
Same way right now. Sarah loves, bro.
I'm just gonna say the letter they need.
Should I type it in noise?
Nah.
I downloaded the keyboard. Just differentiating is hard. It's like 5 of them look like the same letter.
You download the keyboard?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
a phone.
that's official. I didn't even think about that. And it types backwards.
Okay, so
right to left.
right quick, right? We have the book of Josephus here. Flavius Josephus. He was black, right? He was a historian from his time, and he was gonna go into information about from his time. I want you to read right here, right? Paragraph 4, right? So this is the book of Josephus, right? Antiquities of the Jews, book 1, chapter 6, paragraph is that 4?
4. Come on.
Book 1, chapter 6, paragraph 4. Read.
Shem,
Go ahead.
the third son of Noah,
Uh-huh.
had 5 sons
Mhm.
who inhabited the land that began at Euphrates.
Right. So remember, we earlier was talking about the land of Euphrates earlier, right? Go ahead.
And reached to the Indian Ocean.
Right. Keep reading. And reach to the Indian Ocean. Right. So this is what they're saying is this is the territory of mankind, right? And the territory of mankind was the Garden of Eden, the known world at that time, right? All the way to the Indian Ocean, right? Keep reading.
For Elam left behind him
Mhm.
the Elamites,
Right. Elam left behind the Elamites. Keep reading.
the ancestors of the Persians.
The Elamites were the ancestors of the Persians, the modern day people in India, right? They do the same traditions as the Persians did back then. Keep reading.
Ashur
Mhm.
lived at the city Naive,
Yeah, Nineveh.
that's Nineveh,
Right. So the people who are the Assyrians is who we try to please with our changing our way to love, in hope to get love from them. We what the scripture says, why trim thy ways for love? Right? And this writing right here was our way of writing. And we trimmed our ways, even our writing ways, for love. You see what I'm saying? Keep reading.
and named his subjects
Uh-huh.
Assyrians.
And he named his subjects Assyrians. The same way how they named you, who's a subject of this place, they named you American. Well, you're not really American, but they just named you American. You know what I mean? In Egypt, they say that they never had slaves because they named you Egyptian citizens. Or they didn't call you a slave, they called you a hand. They named you a hand. Keep reading.
Who became the most fortunate nation.
And they became the most fortunate nation. So we was like, damn, we gotta get love from them. And we trimmed our ways because they're like, yo, they got money. We became sellouts, man. We became sinners, man. You see what I'm saying? That's what happened. Not to say that all of us was always on the right path with the Most High. That's not true, right? But we was always within our people, right? We had leaders who would lead us to righteousness, and you had leaders who would be like, yo, but you gotta get money though. Like, yo, Kyrie, you call yourself an Israelite, you could have made 30,000, now you just stuck at 9,000, you lost the whole 100-something thousand. You gotta get the money. That's what life is about, man. Money. Same vibe. Trying to get love for what? Read the part again.
Who became the most fortunate nation.
And we wanted to have part of their fortune. That's what the people who's upset that Kyrie Irving is saying loudly, not in secret, that he's an Israelite, because they wanted some of their fortune. So they trimmed their ways for love. You trim the waist by saying, I'm not an Israelite.
Right.
I'm an American. You cover yourself with the leaves in the garden, round about, which the Lord said not to. Don't eat from that tree. But you ate from that tree for love. All right? Any more there? Keep going if you want.
Beyond others.
They became more fortunate beyond others, like the oppressor is today. Right? Like America is today. Like Europe is today. Keep reading.
Arphaxad, named the Arphaxadites, who are now called Chaldeans.
This is good information for those online too. Right. The Chaldeans were the people of Arphaxad. Keep reading.
Aram had the Aramites,
Aram had the Aramites,
which the Greeks called Syrians.
So the people from Aram became the Syrians. Keep reading.
As Lud founded the Ludites,
keep reading.
Which are now called Lydians. Of the four sons of Aram, Uz founded Trachonitis and Damascus.
Trachonitis and Damascus. These are things for people who are into history. Those names are gonna come up, right? So when you come across Trachonitis, I think it's Trachonitis, right? Something like that, right? It's a name that you come up in history when you're looking at history, and that name comes up, and they say it's one of the children of Aram, right? Well, which one again?
Uz founded Trachonitis.
So the Trachonitis in history is the Uzites. So they're breaking down the things that Christians could never figure out. What is all these names? It must just be a fairy tale book. Because they're looking at all these names that they can recognize with real life in a practical sense. They don't have practical knowledge of what the Bible is talking about. So they just say, hey, you know what? The Old Testament is done away with. Jesus. Right? The Uzites were the Trachonitis. And who?
And Damascus.
And Damascus. Right? You can go to Damascus today. All right? Keep reading.
This country lies between Palestine and Cilicia.
They let you know where it's at. You see, they laying down the location for you today. Keep reading.
It says UI?
UI, yeah.
Oh, UI.
Yeah.
UI founded Armenia.
UI, it might be I. It could be I too, right? In the Bible. It could be UI in the Bible. I'm not sure. But what they're saying is there's someone who called UI. And that people is the people where?
Founded Armenia.
You can look at Armenia. You have Armenians that live in America.
Right.
Those are the people of UI. Minus, the Caucasians that mixed in there or did whatever they did. All right? Keep going. So whatever Caucasians see in Armenia, they took the culture of these UI people. Go ahead.
And gathered the Bactrians and Messa, the Messians. It is now called Charax.
Spell it.
Charax.
No problem. Keep going.
Selah was the son of Arphaxad, and his son was Heber.
There you go. This is our lineage here now. Keep going. Selah from Arphaxad brought for who?
Heber.
Heber, which is where you get the word Hebrew from. I think it says it right here, right? Keep reading.
From whom they originally called the Jews Hebrews.
From where they called the Jews Hebrews. So when the Jews are called Hebrews, it was after Eber, because Eber kept this language right here. Right? And the Jews became known as the Hebrews. Right? Keep reading.
Eber begot Joktan.
Eber begot Joktan. And who else?
Peleg.
And Peleg. Keep reading.
He was called Peleg because he was born in the dispersion of the nations to their several countries.
Right. So Peleg is the word for divide. That's what they're saying here. Peleg is divide. So they say this dispersion, all right, is divide, all right? That's the word. That's a good word to know right there. Peleg means divide.
Sir, was that the dividing of Babylon, the Tower of Babel, or?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't dividing of Babylon. I haven't asked. No, it could be. Right? And his brother was Joktan, right? Joktan is Yah-Qatan, right? I believe that Qatan means small. That Yah is supposed to be he, right? And that Qatan means small. Qatan is how you say small in Hebrew. Joktan. Right? That same Yakutan is the Yucatan Peninsula. The native Indians named, of course, it's not that time, right? But the native Indians, being that they knew that they were separated, they were divided from the other side of the world, they named the side that they was on Yakutan or Yucatan after their forefathers. Okay? So they believed at that time, in the flood of Noah, that this land was divided from the rest of the earth, from the known world. Of course, there's a theory that in the Bible, right? During the time of Noah, the whole world was together, called Pangea, and all the countries were together.
Right.
And in the flood of Noah and stuff like that, it was the end of the world in their day. And the Lord killed everybody except Noah and his 3 sons, and he divided the earth. All right? So there's a theory there, right? No problem. If there any more there, we can drop it now. I think we can drop it now, right? Keep reading for one more second. Let me see what's going on here.
All right. For Peleg, among the Hebrews, signifies division.
Mm-hmm.
Now Joktan, one of the sons of Eber, had these sons: Elmodad, Seleph, Arsamoth, Jara, Adaram, Azil, Dekla, Ebal, Abamil, Sabius.
They going through a whole bunch of That's who are those people again?
Now Joktan, one of the sons of Eber, had these sons, so these are Eber's sons.
So these are Eber sons. That's cool. We got that in the Bible all the time. That's two out for that, all right? Most sign Christ. You can drop that right, all right?
Come.
I know a sister online was asking how to say brother and sister.
Come.
Okay. Brother is Ak. All right. Brother is Ak. Sister is Akwath. Right? Akwath. All right. Ak is brother, Ak. Right? 2 letters. A and Ka. Ak. So I say brother, Ak. Sister, Akwath. Okay? I'm gonna take Palag and divide up the board, right? When you're ready, right? Okay. I should put some more on there, right? Brothers. All right. How you say brothers? Brothers plural. Who wanna take a guess?
Akim.
Akim, very good. Yum. That yum. What does yum mean? Plural. Good.
Like, so you said the young was the ing, or it could be plural like s.
No, yum is not ing at all.
It wasn't ing.
Right? Wow. I'm right on the board.
Right.
Wa in the middle of a word is ing. Right? Ya in the middle of a word is ed. Right?
I got it.
Say it again.
No,
Yeah. Okay. Wa at the beginning of a word is and. At the beginning of the word. So this is the beginning of the word. We call this a preposition. Look at pre up there. Pre. Okay. So let me put these together. Okay. So we got pre to say before, right? We're gonna put mid to say in the middle, and then we got another wa at the end of the word that says his or him. Right? We call this a possessive. Possessives are the end of the word. So it all depending on where you see the wa at. Right? Rules of our language. It's not that hard. Trust me. It's new to you. anything that's new, you look at it, damn, I gotta go way over there. You ever drove somewhere? You ever drove from well, you from the Bronx, right? You ever drove to Brooklyn and be like, yo, this man far, man. This is taking forever.
I just took a trip to New Hampshire this weekend.
To where?
New Hampshire.
New Hampshire?
4.5 hours.
No, ooh, that's far.
That's far.
I ain't talking about that. That's a trip. That's
Yes, it was.
He took all the family and
The
stuff.
whole squad.
Oh, exactly. Because it's far like that. But if you drive from like Bronx to Brooklyn, you know, for the first time, like, damn, I'm leaving town. We done going over a bridge. We left the Bronx. You left the projects. You left the hood. You know what I mean? You're going through some part of Queens on the highway. Everyone else in other cars are white. You know what I mean? And then you get to Brooklyn. You know what I mean? The trip seems long. But then you do the trip again next week. It'll be like, it's only 30 minutes, man. You know what I mean? So first, the stretch seems hard. You see what I'm saying? But over time, it becomes something that it's just something you do. It's like, oh, when you go from Bronx to Brooklyn, you worrying about the toll now. You're not worrying about the time no more.
Right.
But damn, them 650 just added up. Damn, 650 plus 650 plus 650 plus, that's $60, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where my $60 go?
Right.
You know what I mean? God. So pre, meaning before, the wa means and. Wa in the middle of a word is like saying ing in our sense. Wa the end of a word is his. You see what I'm saying? Damn, I want to put the whole thing out. We got the alphabet. I wanted to do the alphabet. I don't think we got time right now, right? We got to cut it short. All right, so right quick, let me just put the other one, right? The other one is the ya. Ya. In the beginning of a word, right? Pre. Ya is he or it. Right? Ya in the middle of a word. Right? In the middle. Ya in the middle of a word is to say past tense, ed. Right? Past tense. Past tense, right? Ya at the end of a word, right? At the end is to say my. Right? I'll just put those on there because you got the ya there all over the place, right? So I'm not gonna give you a whole lot. I'm gonna just give you those two, just so you can know there is a difference in placement. Next week I want to go over all the prepositions in one go. Right? You only got these two middle ones. You don't gotta worry about much about the middle ones. These are the only ones that come in the middle. Wa and ya are the only ones that come in the middle. Right? At the end, right? We call them prepositions, possessives. No, we call them possessives, meaning they refer to people. Right? That's your mine, your his, and your hers. Her in Hebrew is her. Seems like it's her. It's her car. That car belongs to her. Her is her in Hebrew. Right? Right? What else is there? There will be hum. Right? Y'all. Okay, you is ka. Y'all is comma. All right, it's a taste. But next week, we are out of time this week. So just focus on wa in the beginning is not the same as wa in the middle of the word. It's not the same as wa at the end of the word. These are what they mean, though. Right? I think I might have put too much burden on your minds by putting ya to it.
Oh no! Actually, I was perfect because now I understand when you broke it down. Preposition to the what's the preposition and
Possessive.
Possessive is at the end, showing possessive in her.
Yeah.
Preposition is the beginning, then you got the middle, which is
Okay, no problem. I'm gonna leave it there. I didn't want to put too much on your mind, because if you put too much on your mind, you don't remember.
Appreciate it.
I almost deleted it. I was gonna do this.
We'll lock it down.
Ah, write that off right there. What is it, brothers up?
Can you put down how you say sister? I don't see it up there.
Oh, well, I was just getting there. Right? I ain't gonna leave the sisters out. Say without them we don't get no kids.
Right.
Without them we don't get no love. We don't get no hug.
Mac and cheese.
You don't make it cheese. You don't fry no kids, no fried chicken. You know what I mean? Right? So waf. Right, is sister, Then sisters, plural. Sisters, plural. Sisters, plural. Who want to take a guess? Sisters, plural.
Akwasu.
Say it again.
Akwasu.
Akwas what?
Yum.
Yum? Close. Right? It's yun with an N. Let me put the N there. Let me put it nice and big right there with the N. Alright? Right? So now, to not lose you too much, yum, right, is masculine. It's for men. Alright? Yun is with the N, is for feminine. Okay? That N right there. That N is signifies that it's feminine plural. So you got masculine plural, feminine plural. What do I mean by that? Plural in men, right, versus plural in women. Now, suppose it's a mixed crowd. There's brothers and sisters, right? Because you know we have Akim. You have the concept of Atham, where the sisters gotta say Yahweh Shema Al Atham to the brothers. Now that Atham with the M is for men. So the brothers can't say Yahweh Shema Al Atham back to the sisters. Right? Instead we say Yahweh Shema Al Athan with the N because they're the sisters. Alright? So that's how the greeting goes. They say Atam. Let me write down the board. The sisters say Atam because they're talking to men, right? Atam. Let me write in capital so we can all see, right? I don't want to show everyone see around the board, right? Atam. Right? Atam. Right? This is to the men. You see what I'm saying? In all cases, to men, Atam. Now to women, right? It's Athan. Right, with an N. Yeah. Right? So at the end of class, we don't got our sisters in here today, so they don't get the exercise in here today. Right? We don't salute sisters online, the same way we don't salute brothers online. In class, we salute who's in class. Alright? So if a sister was here, we would all get up. Ahmad Shabbat, Ahmadium, Barak. Ahmad means to stand. Ahmadium means stand plural. Alright? What's it? Ahmadium Shabbat means stand at rest. Right? This stand right here just happens to be less burdensome than standing up straight. Less burden on your heels more than anything. Brian, you gonna say something?
I was going to ask you write that down.
Not today.
All right, cool.
This next week. That's why I begin class. I ask for questions.
Right.
So just try to remember next week.
I'm writing it down right now.
Yeah, next week we'll go over all that. We'll get the whole. Imagine we'll get the whole. What else is there? The Barak means bless or salute. Bless and salute is the same thing. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead, Matthew.
So is that Yajim Matah's hands down?
Yad is hands. Yad is hands. Matah means down. Come. You know what I'm saying? Yad Matah. What else? And sometimes we have Yashab Yum. Yashab means to sit. Yashab Yum means sit, plural. Yashab Yum. Yashab Yum. Okay. Ahmadium. Yashab Yum. All right. What else? All right. So brother get to do the syllabuses. The brother would say, brothers go first. So they would say, Yahweh Shema Adathan Bashim Yahushai. And then the sisters would say back, because the sisters go afterwards. They would say, Yahweh Shema Adatam Bashim Yahushai. All right, so the brothers say Athan first. The sisters say Atam second, because they say it second, all right? Now, if it was Atam and Atan, right? Suppose you're saying it to everybody in the room. Just suppose, right? You're saying one salute, one time. Which one would you say? Which is the higher rank between men and women?
Amen.
The men. So which one would you say in a mixed crowd?
The men.
The men. There you go. All right. And that's how that works. All right. Okay. Okay. Any questions online right quick before we go?
Sorry.
We got brother Ak, brothers Akyam, sisters Aqua, sisters Aqua Yan with an N. That I pass the class, the prison officer of 500 Paratiza.
UPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK start out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rules for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother and sisters come into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is anyone 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Ties.
That's not a mistake too, right? That's to make sure that brothers don't end up in a marriage that's not really suitable for you because you might have polluted someone when they was young into the school. Okay, sisters coming young from 18 and to whatever, you the first guy they talk to in the school, and they might genuinely think that, damn, he's the one that's made for me, until 6 months go by in the marriage, and you be like, what did I get myself into? This ain't right. You ain't give her time to change, number one. And the personality might have not been what the Lord wanted between you two. So don't pollute or get yourself entangled into something that's not what the Lord wanted. Don't force a marriage into yourself. Right? Make sure you change yourself first and allow her to change. And Lord be with everyone, right?
Ties, which is a commandment. Numbers chapter 18 verse 21. Malachi chapter 3 verse 8 through 10 means 10th in the Hebrew ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Most High give to treasury department or teacher. Priest funds, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocation, Hanukkah, on December 17th, a Saturday. Let me see. Reminder. Okay. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black. Boots, shirts, pants, headbands, or scarf. And after that, amaju, which means to stand. We're gonna give one courtesy salute. Men Israel, amaju Shabbat, amaju, barak.
Yahweh Shem
Yagam on top. Class dismissed.
Okay.